process, dream, defer. You are now tuned in. Breathe, trust your process, dream, defer. You are now tuned in. Breathe, trust your process, dream, defer.
Hello, what's up, world? It's your girl, Dani. I'm here live tonight. It's Tuesday. It's around the 8 o'clock hour, so you know what I'm doing. I'm here ready to talk to you. And I miss you all so much. I'm sorry about last week. Yo, if you were in the Atlanta area or, I guess, Upper Georgia, Tennessee, wherever, we've been dealing with the snow. And so a lot of us had lazy bones and things like that. But couple of things. I just celebrated a birthday, and so I basically, it's like I had 2 weeks to celebrate my birthday, and I absolutely loved and adored it. Of course, we're going to pay for that now, being out of work for a couple of days, but such is life, and all of this is temporary. Hopefully at some point, you know, I'll be my own boss pretty much, or working for an outstanding boss, and one where it doesn't even feel like work, you know what I'm saying? And so someone told me something today. It was like, they said work was fun. It was like leaving home to go home. I was like, man, I love that, because it just echoed something inside of me about like family and community. And you guys know how I feel about relationships and people and how important you are, they are. So that was just something dope, and it stuck with me. So I hope to be that type of employer, or even just an employee who gets to witness something cool like that. So this evening, because I'm not going to stay too long, I have so much to do. And as usual, so little time. So basically, this is episode 18, right? Yo, this is our low-key season 2. And tonight's topic is counseling doesn't mean you're crazy, okay? And I think that's important to know, because many of us probably need some type of counseling, right? And we get different types of counseling. So you got legal counseling, you can get medical counseling, educational or academic counseling. There's all these types of counseling you can obtain. And oftentimes we don't access it. And I think it's just simply out of a fear. There's some taboo that seeking out mental health help is a sign of weakness, when we know that it really isn't. And I'm battling with if I'm going to share this or not, but basically I'll just share it like this. I was told that, maybe a year ago, about 1 in 5 people were suffering from anxiety. Now it's like 1 in 3 people. And I was just like, for real? Yo, that's crazy. And for someone like me who is I stay busy, I stay on the go. I like to make things happen. I like to stay involved. I like to, keep a busy schedule between school and work and, working for, work. And then trying to do your own thing, like chase your dreams. Like it can be very overwhelming. What I've found is, for me, the overwhelming part is like not being able to do the work that echoes your dreams and your passions. That's the most overwhelming thing for me. It's frustrating more times than not, because you need some exit strategy, but it seems like you have no lifesaver around you. And you are tired of just treading water. Like, you're tired of just trying to breathe. It's not fun. And so you're trying to find some like happy medium that I'm not sure even exists, some silver lining that I'm not sure exists. And so I definitely recommend talking to someone about it. That would be one of my first recommendations. So, I it's not that this is super touchy or anything like that. I've gone to counseling and sought out just someone listening who is not tied to the situation, because oftentimes we talk to, our friends and family who have an opinion and feel some type of way, and they, of course, want the best for us, or they feel like, oh, you got it, girl. You don't need help, or don't waste your money on that. And for African Americans, we've just been stigmatized to believe that we have to carry everything, and there's some burden. When there are burdens that you just can't handle on your own. And so many times we shut ourselves off and try to handle everything on our own, but you don't have to. You don't have to do that. So really tonight, I just wanted to kind of, go over that. I don't have any cool guests, so you guys are stuck with me. But just take a breath. Like, remember to just take a breath and be true to yourself. When you feel lost, and find a compass. And a friend of mine gave me a compass for my birthday, and I thought it was a nice, memorable gift. Meaningful, maybe, more so than memorable. It's not memorable yet because it's not in the past yet. And I thought it was pretty cool because it reminded me that you have to find the proper azimuth to be on and keep going that direction. So what happens is stress and things come and you're not able to properly guide yourself because you're either lost or you're distracted. And so if you've ever done any type of land navigation or anything like that, if your azimuth is off even just the slightest degree, you could end up thousands of meters away from where you were trying to go. So I'm going to say that again. If your azimuth is off even one or a fraction of a degree, you can end up thousands of meters on your intended destination. As a dreamer, as a visionary, or someone who has things they would like to achieve, or somewhere you think you're going or trying to go, that can be very frustrating, very overwhelming. For you, it may be full of anxiety, and it may manifest like depression, or it may come off as ADHD, like a lack of focus. Like, oh my goodness, you all would not believe how much I cannot focus on things. But maybe you do, because maybe you do understand because you listen to this podcast, and I love you. I'm not struggling to say anything. I'm just trying to sell this in the right way, because not sell, right? I'm trying to deliver and share this in the right way so that you understand. I'm coming from a place of like, yo, I understand. Yo, I've been there. Yo, I know the importance. My background is in psychology, and I worked in mental health, and then working within education, and then, these pursuit of entertainment. Like, I've seen so many people either suffering or going through things that usually don't handle them correctly. And I would even say myself included, and it's not a great thing, and we got to do better. Like, you've got to do better, especially if you have, benefits through the job where they're willing to pay for you to take on some free sessions, or if you have, how can I say this? Or if you have, if you have the insurance for it, like, go use it. Like, what are you waiting for? Go use it. Use it up, and prayerfully your copay is not something ridiculous. That's another thing that is definitely a deterrent. It's like, yo, I'm paying monthly for the insurance, but now I have to pay each time I come to see you. Like, what am I paying for? And then it's like, oh, so if I don't use it, you're still getting paid. It's like a major ripoff and scam. But I want you to think about something I was saying yesterday is prevention is better than the cure. So don't wait until it's too late or until you've done the damage to then say, oh, I want to go get help. You've already hurt yourself or somebody else. It's way too late at that point. And, you probably, or prayerfully, you have someone in your circle that's willing to go with you or willing to be there for you while you make that happen. When I say make that happen, like maybe they take you there, maybe they're there to talk to you in a way, or just sit there with you, or on the way back, something. Because it may not be easy at all, and it may feel really awkward and weird. And I just want you to embrace that resource and try not to be so fearful, because it is different, and it's almost like an acquired taste. So like once you acquire it, you get the taste, you're like, okay. Another tip I would say is you don't have to stay with the same counselor if you're not feeling the therapist or whatever. Like, find somebody that you think fits you and understands you, and it will be helpful. So do that. It's Tuesday. I don't have a lot, but I just wanted to share that nugget with you. It was something definitely, like I said, this show has started when I don't know, last summer, and it's been great so far, and I can't wait to get back in the saddle with you all, which means I'm giving you great content every week. I have some guests definitely lined up. I can't wait for you to hear from them from different backgrounds, different walks of life. And I'm going to encourage them to do the same thing, because it's like I'm on a health tip, but I'm really on this like positive thing. And it's not like, oh, Dani's so positive. It's just more so like I'm trying to be what I expect or wish to see out of the world. And that includes out of myself and from the people around me. So I can't sit here and kind of preach or share one thing with you all and then don't expect that from the people around me, or even share those things with me if I say I love them. And so if you really love yourself, right? You know what I'm saying? Like if you love yourself more than anybody else loves you, then you're going to put yourself first and take time to seek out the help that you need. And let me tell you this, it doesn't mean you're crazy. Going to counseling doesn't mean you're crazy all the time. Like sometimes you just stress. Sometimes you just don't have anyone to talk to. And it's a great outlet. We look at all the craziness going on in the world, and I think there's a lot of people that are just either unreached, they feel underappreciated, undervalued, ignored, alone. And it doesn't have to be like that. There's so many people on the earth. So take some time. And then those people that need to hear from you, that you keep thinking about, but you never send them that text, send them that text. I promise you, it's one of the best things you could be doing for that person. You never know how much that can touch them and how far it can go. So it's basically my time, your time. I'm on Chronos time. Forget the Chronos time. That's Kronos versus CHRONOS. So let's look into that. Let me think about what else I have for you guys. I told you prevention is better than a cure. Take a breath. Remember, anxiety is a real thing. So find out like whatever's the root of your worry or your fears or your sadness, whatever is the root of that, find it and figure out how you're going to kill the root or figure out a way to make it manageable in a safe and healthy way. And the last thing is to figure out a way to create an exit strategy. So maybe that's something we'll be talking about soon. That's it. But I do want you guys to take the time to just put it out in the universe. I know my birthday has passed, but I want to say also thank you for everyone that wished me happy birthday. I'm just mad blessed right now, and I have some really dope people around me, some dope friends, and they did it. We went to karaoke, tried this place called Impulse in Norcross. Like, check it out. They will take good care of you. And the cabin trip with my friends, second annual cabin trip was great. And we had shirts and stuff from Creative Wear Inc. You got to check them out there in Beaufort, Georgia. Tell Michelle I sent you. And I think that's really about it.